And they bring back those feelings of anxiety, that crippling anxiety that occurs in your stomach and in your heart, and your mind runs amok. That comes back. And you're like, how in the hell did I let this person back into my life? Hey, what's up, warriors? Welcome back to Psychopath Exposure. My name is Kita, and I've got a request from Superstar to make a video on hoovering, on why narcissists hoover. She goes on to say, please do a video on how the narcissists hoover harem 1 year or years later, because in their mind we are always theirs. They own us. And when they know that we are happy and have moved on, it crushes them. They need to believe we can never move on and that we are always waiting for them. Thanks, Superstar, for submitting that question, and I appreciate. I've been watching you in the comments, helping out in the community. I really appreciate you sharing your insights and your strength and love and experience recovering from this matter, because believe me, sometimes people can be in this for 10, 20, 30, 40 years. It's scary. Considering how little information existed 10, 20, 30, 40 years ago, you can see how you would get in a situation like this, and because of your traditional values, you would stick around trying to make it work. Especially if you took a vow before the church, before God, and you actually committed to a long-term marriage. You're gonna, through sickness and health, right? You're gonna stick around. Only now are people starting to wake up to this, because the information is starting to get exposed. I'm doing my best to expose this as much as I can, and it's still a hard pill to swallow. But let's talk about hoovering. What exactly is hoovering? Why does the narcissist hoover their ex-victims? Why don't they just completely walk away and enjoy their new supply and say bye-bye to the previous victim that they discarded and left to rot? Which still happens, but as far as the hoovering, let me tell you, remember, to you, a narcissist at the beginning of the relationship felt like they were your soulmate, and they were God's gift to you. All your prayers were answered. All of your vision boards came true. You manifested the person that you wanted into your life. I know people that were praying for years and writing in detail the type of person that they wanted, the type of partner they wanted. I was one of those. I manifested exactly the type of girl I wanted, the way she looked, the way she dressed, her style, fashion, her taste in music, her sexual fantasies, everything. And I've spoken to a lot of people that have also experienced that same manifestation. And how interesting how the universe sometimes gives you exactly what you want, but it comes to you with a dark twist, right? A plot twist. That's something I'm still trying to figure out, but I think it's because that little caveat comes as an opportunity for growth. Otherwise, you'd get bored. And speaking of boredom, that's exactly why a lot of narcissists hoover their ex-victims, because they're bored with their new supply. You see, at the beginning, and I know you'll remember this, at the beginning when the narcissist was love bombing you, everything seemed great. They were happy. It seemed like they were genuinely smiling all the time and laughing. I mean, I have photographs of my ex that I'm strong enough to look at now and laugh. It doesn't bother me anymore, but I remember shortly after the discard, I would look at it and I'd be like, what the hell? She seems so genuinely in love with me right now. Look at the way she looks at me. Look at the way she smiles. And I never saw that again months later once the devaluation phase kicked in, and especially during the discard phase. Never saw that person again. That did not exist. That was a mask. And some of you are still addicted to that fake persona. So now you've been discarded. Now the narcissist has a new source of supply. Now they're doing the exact thing they did to you to their new supply. Everything seems great, okay? But something happens, as it always does. They self-sabotage it. a narcissistic injury is inflicted upon them by the new supply that doesn't know what the fuck they're doing. They're just trying to understand. They're trying to make this relationship work. And in and of itself, they go and they injure the narcissist by either standing up for themselves at one point or yelling back at them or whatever it is, whatever delusion the narcissist expected from you and you failed to deliver. That's a blow to their ego. And things will change after that. So they're like, okay, fuck my new supply. I'm going to destroy them now. This is an automatic response that happens in their disordered mind and their delusional facade. Fuck, I need more water. So they're like, okay, can I somehow sneak my way back into the ex? Whether it's for money, whether it's for sex, whether it's for attention. They're going to hoover you. They're going to hoover you. It's another form of manipulation. They know that they left you in a place that you could not recover from. They know that. And they know that as the days go by, especially if you're not working on your recovery and you haven't exercised no contact and you're still watching their social media and you're still stalking them and you're still praying that they call you and that they return your texts, they know that the minute they contact you back, all the serotonin is going to be unleashed from your brain like if it was a drug. And you're going to feel amazing. And you're going to be so happy that they sent you just a little bit of attention. Okay? And that's how they test you. If you respond to that, in a positive way, they got you. They got you again. And that's when you see many cases how these psychopaths end up moving right back into your house again. And you know that they're dating someone else, like you know that, and somehow they mind fuck you again into leaving their shit in your house and using you for shelter, for just to have a roof on their head or for a home cooked meal. And they continue gaslighting you, they continue torturing you, lying to you, and they bring back those feelings of anxiety, that crippling anxiety that occurs in your stomach and in your heart, and your mind runs amok. That comes back. And you're like, how in the hell did I let this person back into my life? It's through the narcissistic hoovering. The narcissist hoovered you, they tested you, and you failed the test, and now they're back. And that does not mean that they're done with their new supply. No, the new supply, that relationship just shifted from love bombing, idealization, to devaluation. Let me repeat that. It just shifted from idealization, which is when they idealize that perfect partner and they expect you to respond the way they created you in their mind. That idealization phase just got shattered and you're on to phase 2, which is the devaluation. Now they're doing that to them and they're hoovering with you. So now the new supply is starting to feel those feelings of uncertainty. They're starting to notice that the compliments are no longer there. The little text emojis are scarce. The intimacy is starting to be slowly removed or completely removed. You can tell that there's no more honesty. The things they say doesn't make sense anymore. You start getting the feeling that they're cheating on you. And it's because they are, because the narcissist is always cheating on you, whether it's physically or emotionally. They're always cheating on you. They are always an infidel piece of shit. So they hoover their ex-victims to see if they can continue extracting narcissistic supply from them. And sometimes these victims fall for the trap of getting back into a relationship with them, even though they haven't changed, because they'll never change. Once you've seen the narcissist for what they truly are, they'll never be that false self that you saw at the beginning. They might do a few nice things to fool you, but they'll quickly go back to exactly the way they were when they discarded you. And you're going to be left in this world of confusion, not only confused at the bullshit that they feed you, But the confusion as to, God damn it, I should have known better. Because you should have known better. But you know what? You were under the spell because you hadn't healed. You still had the poison of the narcissist flowing through your veins because you were still looking at their social media. You were still reading your old texts. You were still, in a way, idealizing the psychopath to be this beautiful human being that they pretended to be at the beginning of the relationship. And that's why you kick yourself in the ass that you fell for, once again, another trap. But it's not your fault. How can it be your fault when your blood, when your veins are oozing with narcissistic venom? You are intoxicated with this toxic narcissistic venom, this poison that you continue intaking at a regular dosage, a daily dosage probably for some of you, every single day by not letting these people go. So that's why the narcissist hoovers, they just want to know that they have a soft spot to land when they sabotage the other relationship. And they'll go and hoover a previous ex before you. Hey, it's been years, I know, but I've been thinking about you a lot lately. For some reason, you popped into my head, and I was looking through old photographs, and I saw a picture of you, and I was like, wow, you know, this woman or this man, they were really good to me. And I remember the good old days. Do you remember the good old days at the beginning of the relationship? Do you remember? Like, they'll do stupid shit like that. And if you haven't done the work, to heal and recover from this never-ending nightmare, like I like to call it, they're going to hook you. They're going to hook you. My psychopath ex was still hoovering her first boyfriend from college that lived in another country. As a matter of fact, there was 2 boyfriends that lived in another country that she was still keeping in touch with while she was with me. And one day, I found a check that supposedly one of those guys sent her that she never cashed. I personally believe she wrote that check herself and planted it under my bed for me to find and get pissed off, but I didn't find it until after the discard. And I was like, look at this bullshit. Look at this bullshit. But it's the possibility that she was hoovering these guys, and these guys were so confused that they were still sending them money, because that's what they do. They just get money from their victims. That's why they hoover you. That's why. It's not that they realize that they love you. It's not that they've healed. It's not that they've been fixed, because you can't fix a psychopath narcissist. It's that they want what they can't have anymore, which is that source of supply that you freely gave to them. And if they could have multiple sources of narcissistic supply, believe me, they will. They will go after that. They will hoover everyone that they fucked over to see if there's still a chance to weasel their way back in. So do not fall for that trap. Do not fall for it, because it's a trick. And at your weakened state, they will extort you of so much more and leave you damaged permanently. Believe me. So continue exercising the no contact like I talk about in all of my videos. If you want to learn a little bit more about how to do that, go ahead and download my ebook from my website. You can download it straight to your computer or your phone and read it over 1,000 times if you have to. Because remember, you have to brainwash yourself now with the truth, because for years you've been brainwashed with lies. So it's going to take repetition. Keep watching videos like this over and over again. You need the repetition, because for years, the repetition you were getting was nothing but gaslighting and false information that the psychopath did to confuse you, to manipulate you, and to weaken you while sucking you of your energy, your life source, your finances, and your soul. I hope this has been helpful. Remember, I offer private one-on-one coaching mentoring for those that really need to connect with someone that's experienced this and that has healed and recovered, because nobody understands this shit unless you've been through it. Nobody does, believe me. Believe me. It's like talking to a wall sometimes to your friends. They just don't fucking get it. I can help you guys shift your focus back to rebuilding your life and understanding clearly, without a doubt, what the fuck you've been dealing with all this time. You need that voice of reason. I'm going to go ahead and flash my website where you can get more details on that, and you can also shoot me an email at info@psychopathexposure if you're ready to schedule a session. Remember, do not fall into the trap of the narcissistic hoovering manipulative tactic. They are a malignant psychopath narcissist, and I need you to always remember what they are and call them out for what they are, exactly for what they are, anytime they infiltrate your boundaries and walk back into your life. And please, by all means, do not invite them back into your life. Whatever the hell you do, don't do that to yourself, because that's like starting over. You're going back to day zero, and we don't want that. So stay strong, guys. Remember, fuck the narcissist, fuck the psychopath, and fuck the noise inside your head that these predators have confused you with and have poisoned you with. It's time to move forward. Love yourself, guys. This is Kita with Psychopath Exposure, and I will talk to you in the next video.